Boy, it's been a while since I've done one of these, huh? So, what's up, guys? Welcome to another only the second, God, only the second video game retrospective I'm actually doing. And for those who are new, because I know there's some people who are new here because I haven't done one of these in like 2 fucking years. Basically, the goal, what I do with these video game retrospectives is it's basically just a free-form podcast, just going over not necessarily like the games themselves, but more like my personal experience with them, my closing thoughts, what have they done for me, what I'd like to see out of them in the near future or distant future if they ever get released, and so on. Basically, just like going down what I think of each of these games individually. And I never actually thought I'd get around to, well, the last one I did was for the Clash Ninja series, and that's actually, fuck, the only real series I've done like a cover-to-cover retrospective or like cover-to-cover playthrough of for the channel so far, because I've done, for that one I did Clash Ninja 1 and 2, then Revolution 1 3, then Dragon Blade Chronicles, so that's like completely covered. I gotta get on Ties sometime whenever I get a way to crack the region encoding on my GameCube, and find an English patch maybe, that'd be cool. But we're not here to talk about that, we're here to talk about Legacy of Goku. And boy oh boy, where do I begin with this one? You know, it's strange sitting here. I don't have any script for this whatsoever. It's like midnight over here in fucking Arizona. I just got done recording some more Samurai Champloo for the channel. I was like, I still got time, so why not sit down and record this really fast? Or not really fast. I have a feeling this might be going for like an hour, maybe 2 hours. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be very solid. So, boy oh boy, Legacy of Goku. So, by the way, when I say Legacy of Goku franchise, I do, of course, include Boo Boo's Fury, because that is, in essence, Legacy of Goku Fury. There's really no denying that. Legacy of Goku is actually, I might have explained this before, like, it's been a long time since I actually Let's Play the first Legacy of Goku game, which I do get urges to go back and replay now and then. But, of course, I have a funny feeling that it required the timing to be perfect, and I need, like, motivation to get into it. I have to have time set aside. I have to be between projects. Damn. I guess a Mountain Dew at 12:30 at night would probably do that to you. Anyway, yeah, I need to set aside like a crap load of time I should get down to it. I think right now, after Let's Playing, like, I don't want to fucking count the number. I'd wager like at least 15 games by this point, maybe. I could totally go back and Let's Play Legacy of Goku 1 like cover to cover in one sitting. Maybe like one sitting, but pretty close to it. I could divvy that up pretty damn well with the skills I've acquired over the years of commentating live. But so that notwithstanding, Legacy of Goku franchise is like the very first Dragon Ball Z experience I got in terms of games. Cause oh man, we're going way back for this one, folks. My first experience with the series was actually it was either when I was 7 or 8. I want to say 8. It was like 2002 or something. I was still living in Boston with my dad, and it was Christmas that year, and I just got my first game. It's funny though, because when I was actually in the middle of like unwrapping all the presents, I noticed this pattern of those consistently getting Game Boy Advance game after Game Boy Advance game. Oh my god, what did I get that year? I think I got Blender Brothers. I also got Dragon Ball Z Taiketsu. Fuck me running. Did I get Mario Luigi Superstar Saga? I think I did. I didn't get my first Pokemon game that year. That's actually, I don't know when I got into Pokemon. What else was there I got that year? I got maybe 1 or 2 Mario games. Something else. And, oh no, I got the Star Wars The Clone Wars. Of episode 2 for the Game Boy Advance. That game was atrocious. Oh my god. Ugh, good luck playing anything in that game. And I also got Dragon Ball Z Legacy of Goku 1, and shortly after that, I actually got my first Game Boy Advance, which is literally like the second console I ever got in my life after the N64. Funny enough, got that, and it was like it was the original Game Boy Advance model, like the weird brick thing, and it was like the clear see-through version. It was very strange. No backlight, bothered the hell out of me, but. Yeah, so I got that for Christmas that year, and Legacy of Goku, I jumped right into it. Of course, how could I not play Legacy of Goku? And because I was 8, this was before the idea of bad video games existing really started coming to fruition. But even back then, I can tell something was wrong. Something about this game just didn't feel right. It didn't flow very well, I guess is the best way I can say it. It was just like, I don't know, something about just the gameplay is stiff. I can't. Goku's getting his ass kicked by a wolf. I thought I sucked as a player at the time for getting my ass kicked by that wolf. You know the wolf I'm talking about, the one that's in like the second screen of the game after you leave Chi-Chi's house. God damn that fucking thing. Ugh. Was it even the second screen? No, it's like the very first screen after you leave Chi-Chi's house. You get your ass kicked by a wolf. It takes out Goku in like 4 hits. That's fucking sad. But, gotta keep myself fueled somehow at 12:30 at night. So as a result, it took me, God, I don't even think I made progress in the game until I was like 10 or 11. Again, this is all back when I was still in Boston. I think it was like, yeah, I was like 11 years old by the time I actually got to the Namekian Temple at the game. And oh boy, once I got there, I don't know what happened to my original Game Boy Advance cartridge of Legacy of Goku 1, but I could never beat the Namekian Temple in the game. But what happened was, I'd always be short 1 gem to get, or what the hell was it? Right behind Guru, there's like 3 rocks or gems or crystals or something, like some colored item you need to get. It's been a long time since I've actually played this game, people. It's been like, I literally haven't touched this game since I Let's Played it, and that was like the second game I Let's Played for her channel. God damn, it's been a long time. Post commentary and everything. I never do shit post commentary. So that's wonderful. Got my ass kicked by getting. If I had known I was getting that close to the end of the game too, I would have chugged through it. But even then, at the time, I just couldn't be bothered enough to bring myself around to it. Oh, you want to know what the Root Clencher is? I did mention this, but I just want to reiterate it. I didn't start with the Budokai games. In fact, I never got my first Dragon Ball Z Budokai game until I was like 14. I started with Tenkaichi 2, then I got Budokai 3. And from there, I never really got a new DBZ game until like Raging Blast on the PS3. So that took a long time. But I was fine. I was content with Tenkaichi 2 and Budokai 3 for a long time anyway. More so Tenkaichi 2 anyway, but yeah, it all started with Legacy Goku and Dragon Ball Z Taiketsu when I was 8. So, you know, majorly good parenting decision on my dad's part there. I swear to God, whenever someday in like 10 years when I have kids, I'm going to absolutely make certain to study like reviews for games or so before I get them my kids. I would not want to. Well, they give me all game like that one bad game every once in a while to just like show them this is what bad games are like. But you know, that's just me personally. A little disciplinary once in a while doesn't hurt, but anyway. So yeah, and then after that, oh god, Dragon Ball Z Taiketsu. You know, really gotta play that game for the channel these days. I don't want to though, but because it's a shit game. But I guess I really should showcase some of the really bad stuff in that game. That game is horrible, but that's Taiketsu. This is Legacy Goku. Yeah, basically from there, played it from the ages of 8 to 11. Very on and off. I kept losing the damn thing and finding it, and then I could never beat the Namekian Temple. I was just like, fuck it. And then it wasn't until I was like 18 or 19, I want to say 19, that I got a brand new copy of Legacy of Goku. And I was like, oh boy, Legacy of Goku, this is going to be fantastic. And I popped it in. I knew immediately I was going to Let's Play the hell out of it once I got a chance to. So I sat down. I practiced running the entire game in like, God, I want to say like maybe a day or two. That I plowed through that damn game. You can see what I'm talking about with this experience. My experiences with Legacy Goku 1 went from ages 8 to 11, and then boom, Let's Play. That's literally it. It just jumped right there. Destroyed the game. Of course, I was aware of the invincibility cheat code, so I made very good use of that because my cognitive skills when I was like 19 were slightly better than when I was 8 years old. I like to believe. I mean, I like to believe there's reasons I get A's in college, you know, just saying. So you took a very big advantage of that to grind Goku up to like level 10 or something before. No, not level 10. That'd be asinine. Like level 7 before I progressed to the game, and then just bing, bob, boop, destroyed the game, destroyed the game, destroyed the game. It was over in no time at that point. Then I did a Let's Play, and God, Legacy Goku 1 Let's Play, no one ever watched it. And to be fair, no one ever should. It was horrible. Post commentary, I barely knew what I was talking about. Well, I didn't necessarily not know what I was talking about, but I felt so scatterbrained because when you're doing a game post commentary, you feel like you should be really on top of like all the edits and like make it so your commentary is matching what's happening on screen, so you feel like you can't really like deviate too much. So for that one, I just felt rushed. I was quiet. My mic quality was bad as hell because I was still using like my PS3 headset. Ugh. And it just felt like shit overall. So I do, of course. Well, then I actually get urges to redo a lot of old Let's Plays for my channel, but there's so much sitting in front of me right now between like Budokai and also Ultimate Ninja Storm. I'm just like, I would if I could, but I don't have the time. If I have the time, I'm doing something else, like making a character guide or two, podcast, Let's Play, you know, something like that. But Legacy of Goku 1, my god, it was a fucking travesty of a game. You know, one of these days I should really like try ranking my favorite DVD games in order, and like have like obviously the top 5. And then like a top worst. I obviously do still have my top 5 games sorted out. It's number 1, Tenkaichi 3. Number 2, what was number 2 again? Fuck, I don't remember. Probably like I would probably actually label Legacy of Goku 2 as number 2, if not. No, not Tenkaichi 2. Okay, number 2, Legacy of Goku 2. Number 3, Tenkaichi 2. Number 4, Budokai 3. Number 5. Yeah, something else. I can never remember the list off the top of my head, but you know, I'm certain I'll get to that shit later. Or no. Was Raging Blast 2 is number 3? Something like that. Anyway. No, Budokai 3 is number 3. Raging Blast 2 is number 4. Number 5. Yeah, something else. I don't know. So yeah, Legacy of Goku 1. It's amazing how much Webfoot, they were weird with the very first one, because what happened was they had the first game and it just completely fucked the story up. Like, it was King Kai that taught Goku with the Kamehameha wave. I think Master Roshi taught him the Solar Flare or something like that. No, wait, was it? Fuck, it was something really backwards, like King Kai teaching him Solar Flare and Kami teaching him the Kamehameha, or something really backwards like that. It was really bad. You also got those two like really close together. Also, it's very strange. But you got those, and then it just kind of like free falls from there. Also, I just love the abrupt jump from finding Vegeta to being on Namek, and then from Namek you're like on like the outskirts, so you don't even get to the Ginyu Force fight right away. But you know, getting back to my original point, so Webfoot went from like fucking the story up entirely and getting everything wrong to Legacy of Goku 2, which completely, almost verbatim, followed the Dragon Ball, the Funimation script for the Cell games and the Android Saga. It's very weird how that happened. They only took like a few liberties every once in a while to do something else, like write cooler into the game or like have side quests. They were relatively certain there might have actually been a guy from the script writing, like, oh god, who was the guy? It was like the head honcho over at Funimation at the time. I can never remember his name off the top of my head, but they might have one or two actual scriptwriters for DBZ over at Webfoot. I think Webfoot might just like right down the street from Funimation Studios actually when they were making the damn game. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. But so final thoughts on Legacy of Goku 1. My god, it was horrible. Only thing I really like about it is the graphics are dated, granted, but they're kind of charming in their own like terrible way. I don't know, it's like it gets so bad that it becomes like almost abstract art, and it's got like its own substance and feel. I don't know, maybe that might sound strange, but for me, like if something goes weird like that, it'll start to be like good in its own right. So yeah. And it had a flight mechanic, which, yeah, the flight mechanic was pretty good, I will say. Interesting mechanic that they're actually never brought back for future DBZ games, or on the handheld at least. No, they did in Supersonic Warriors, which I have not gone to yet. In the Legacy of Goku franchise, never brought back flying. Very strange, very very odd. Well, flying as in like, in a certain level you press the L button and you fly. They never brought that back. They only reserved flying for the overworld, which I guess I respect that. Pretty cool. It never really did anything. It just allows you to like get to certain areas and like bypass enemies altogether. And the fact it was on like such a limited number also was just always never made sense to me. But yeah. So yeah, Legacy Goku 1, my god. I have to give it credit because it was like my very first Dragon Ball Z game, but I can fully admit the game is fucking horrible, but it does still have like that nostalgia filter. It's like a weird like tinted like nostalgia glasses, kind of like you fully know it's shit, but you still kind of enjoy it to a certain degree, but you fully acknowledge it is fucking terrible. Oh man, I guess that's what they call having an objective opinion. Ha ha ha. Anyway, then Legacy Goku 2 hits. I actually want to say I got Legacy Goku 2 like in the same shipping order as, yeah, I did. I actually got it in the same mail order as Legacy Goku 1. So after Legacy Goku 1 was done, because I never like to do overlap between two games back to back for recording because it messes with my muscle memory, and then it gets really fucked up. Like even me just like going back and forth between One Piece Pirate Warriors 2 and 3, it just fucks my senses up so much with knowing where what does what. It's very weird, but anyway, Legacy Goku 2, as soon as I popped it in, actually, first of all, I never even knew that Legacy Goku 2 actually uses the Dragon Ball Z, or the actual Bruce Faulkner tunes, until I was watching Jared's retrospective of the RPG games. I never noticed that until I was actually watching his segment for Bruce Fury, and I was listening to the music. I was like, wait, is that the Super Saiyan 3 power-up theme? I looked it up, and yeah, I was like, holy shit, Legacy Goku 2 and Bruce Fury used the Bruce Faulkner score. Sold. Of course, why wouldn't? It's like the only Dragon Ball Z game to ever use the American score. Hell yeah, I'm going to. I mean, shit, none of the games have actually used a Kai score yet. Surprising, but they haven't. And then we have shit like Battle Z actually rehashing Legacy or Raging Blast 2 songs, or no, Raging Blast 1 songs. What was that shit? Might have to do with fucking Kenji Yamamoto getting sued. Can't see why, but yeah. Where am I going with this? So, like I said, Goku 2, the first immediate thing I noticed was well, actually, three things I noticed. Holy fuck, this Falconer score, though. Awesome. The graphics are so much better. Everything actually have polish and detail to it. And, of course, 8-way movement, which you wouldn't think 8-way running actually would affect a DBZ game that much. It does. Especially on a top-down plane. It just makes it so much easier to use. It didn't yet introduce the guard button though, but oh my god, it was just so... It felt like a fucking game. You had a run button. You had so much stuff you had access to. I was like, oh, Legacy Goku 2, you just feel so good. So sleek. And then, not even counting like the improvements they made from Legacy Goku 2 to Boots Fury, but just a jump of quality of Legacy Goku 1 and 2. It was just so staggering. Like, they got webfoot. Oh my god, it still seems like they stopped smoking crystal meth and actually got their shit together and was like, alright, we have this script here, let's use this. Let's also revamp up the whole fuck. It's weird because fundamentally it doesn't feel like the gameplay actually changed that much. But they just made everything so much better in like 1 year's time. It still blows my mind. Damn. Very good stuff. It's funny too because I actually did a little research into webfoot, and they're actually the same guys who made this one like 3D Frogger game that was on like PC like years ago that I used to play at my aunt's house. It's called 3D Frog Frenzy, and I still want to play the game again because it's so simplistic, but I still love it. I don't know why. I just love really shitty PS1 graphics for some reason. What can I say? Oh man. Let me just drop this volume a bit. There we go. By the way, this entire time I've been staring at the Legacy Goku 1 poster, and I don't know why, but this poster is just always what I've loved about the American DBZ artwork. They got the contrast of colors down. It has like a certain feel of mysticism about it. It encapsulates. It looks exactly what you'd expect from a 90s anime, just like rolled nicely into a high-res picture. It looks so good. Man, it's just my nostalgia. That's my nostalgia glasses talking. I fucking love the artwork. So good. And then we got like action figurines for the new character models. It's just like, ugh, really, really bad. Anyway, Legacy Goku 2, just so much better in every way. I actually went out of my way to just play the fuck out of it. For like the 3 weeks I was practicing the game before I started Let's Playing it. Actually, no, I waited like a full year to actually get around to Let's Playing it. I was just Well, like in between like other projects, and it was like, I still got Legacy Goku 1 in my mouth. I don't want to jump to this just yet. I know I kind of contradict myself there, but I kind of delayed on actually playing Legacy Goku 2. It just occurred to me. I want to start calling this log 1 and 2 to abbreviate it, make it easier to say, but I don't want to do that. That'd be a waste. Oh, thank you. Also, I'm doing all this with. I fucking decided to do this retrospective with Samurai Shampoo running in the background also, so I was like, it'll take a little while. Why not? I got time to kill. Let's go for it. Before I go pop in One Piece. Oh man, what else is there? It pisses me off so much that I got shafted as a kid, and it took me like 7 to 8 years to actually experience a good Dragon Ball Z game. Because at the time, I knew about Budokai 2's existence, but I didn't know how the fuck to get it. I didn't know what console it was on, but I just knew it was out there somewhere in the ether. I was like, it's out there, but I don't know where. So, as far as like Goku 2 goes, I can't really say too much about it. Just I was so enamored with how much better it was. I was like, something that I rarely can say about Dragon Ball Z games, but it's a fantastic standalone game. Like, not just under the Dragon Ball Z license, it's just fucking good. As a standalone game, I mean, granted, maybe as like an action RPG on a Game Boy Advance, maybe it's lacking in some like departments like customization or shit like that, but I don't fucking care. It handles beautifully, my god. And they actually did sell justice in that, as opposed to Legacy Goku 1, where it's like you start fighting Frieza in this base form, and he just continuously evolves throughout the fight itself. Goddamn. I've actually always wanted to like replay that fight against Frieza just to see like what I can do against him and how I can fuck him up in so many ways. Did Legacy Goku 1 have a block button? I don't think so. What the hell am I thinking? It wouldn't. Wait, no, you have a guard button. It's called fucking flying. I think there's like some bug in the first game about that. I don't know. I honestly don't remember, but yeah. God, where do I begin? So yeah, there's like the movement improvements to Legacy Goku 2. The fact that you have 5 characters playable, although the lack of Goku is kind of noticeable. But then again, to be fair, Goku never really had any presence in the Cell games to begin with, or the Android Saga, because, you know, Heart Virus, Time Chamber, and then getting blown up by Cell would kind of put a damper on anyone's business, really. And then it got shoehorned back in Boost Fury as main character, because, you know, fuck it. Can't have the great shit from the Cell Saga, but, you know, that's game-specific territory right there. God. I honestly don't have so much nostalgic fondness for Legacy Goku 2 because I played it so recently, like just not even like 2-3 years ago. It's really been 3 years. Fuck. No, probably not like 3 years. Probably like more 2, but you know what I mean. Actually, yeah, it has been 2 because I started doing these let's play things like 2 years ago. Cool. And of course, it was Legacy Goku 1. I started playing in 2003. Yeah, okay. It has just been a year, not like 2 or 3. That'd be strange. But Legacy Goku 2, what else do I have for it? Forever Glide, that's awesome. Oh yeah, also the level design is actually really fun. Like, you actually explore. You have full exploration of different areas. And I love the way like there's color contrast in a whole bunch of different areas. Like in the forest near Jiro's lab, how's like this one rainy area, and there's like a desert area. There's actually like variance in levels too. So I've always loved that. The only thing that was really missing was a cave level, but my god. Also, it's been one of the few games in existence that have inspired me to actually grind to max level. That never happens. That never happens in Pokemon for me. My god. Yeah, that never ever happens. So, yeah, got around to that. Got around level 50 with everyone. Get my see areas. The Trunks area in that game always like was the coolest for me personally because it's fucking Trunks in well, Trunks' like secret area was like in a dark cave. I always thought that was like the coolest thing ever. I think, oh god, Piccolo's was so disappointing because it was on Namek, but there was just nothing to be offered. There was just like a small little cave outlet that was boring. And of course, the unlockable you get for completing everything in the game was Mr. Satan, which by itself isn't too. It's a cool novelty, but it's Mr. Satan. The fact that he has basically Zawardo on him, though, is pretty cool. The fact he can basically stop time and become Dio Brando. Unfortunately, there's no steamrollers or throwing a knife, so it's just a little lacking in that department. Seriously, he can freeze time. It's really cool. Now, if only was it a pain in the ass to level him up, though. If only. If only. And goddamn, what else is there? The fact that every transformation actually felt unique. Every character had diverse stats. Like, well, I say they have diverse stats, but I always kind of like stuck into like what they're good with individually. The fact that Piccolo had like slightly lower than average stats at first, but he had regeneration when he went Super Namek. That was always really cool. Only thing I don't like about it though is that once Goku dies, you can't select him ever again. The fact that once you beat the game, you can't go Super Saiyan 2 with Gohan ever. Oh, also reminds me, it's very strange that Gohan forever has the Saiyan space armor on him. Well, not the space armor, but the Saiyan armor that Bulma gives him. I was just like, why isn't he switched to the demon clothing? Interesting, but I never got that. But, I guess it's just what they wanted to go with at the time, or they couldn't program or had the budget to do it. I don't know. So Legacy Goku 2 actually sold fantastically well. Goddamn. Well, I mean, the first game also sold by a shitload because that's before Dragon Ball Z games were grossly oversaturating the market. And let's see, what else was there? There was an international release for Legacy Goku 2 in Japan. Funny enough, where that was actually like the first instance where an American DBZ game, which is already in itself incredibly rare, was brought into Japan. That's fucking cool. Because Legacy Goku 2 was just that fucking good. Oh man. We need to get more Western developers on DBZ games actually. That'd be really fucking cool. I think the last one we had was Dragon Ball Z Saga, so pick and choose your battles, guys, I suppose. Why not? Oh man. Have I even mentioned how much I actually do love and respect Dragon Ball Z RPGs at this point? Even by Legacy Goku 2 standards, they're so rare in America. I know they're very abundant in Japan. They date back to like the NES even. They're everywhere on the Super Nintendo. They're on the Game Boy, and they just kind of just more or less everywhere. But in America, we don't really have any, or just in English, we don't really have any Dragon Ball Z RPGs like at all. The only ones I can really mention off the top of my head are Legacy Goku franchise, duh. And like, there's obviously Attack of the Saiyans, which I relish getting that game. Oh my god. Like one or two ones on a Game Boy Color, and that's more or less it. I honestly couldn't tell you any other Dragon Ball Z RPGs offhand. I'm sure there's some, maybe, but they're either Japanese or they're so under the radar, even I don't know them. And if there's a DBZ game I don't know of, oh boy, we got a problem, because I research this shit like you wouldn't know. Considering it is kind of my hobby and everything. If I'm lucky, I could turn it to my job too. That'd be sick, but probably not. Too niche of an audience or target audience. Or genre, I guess is a better term for it. But anyway, what else was I gonna mention? Thinking. Oh, loud no less. But yeah, Legacy Goku 2, holy shit, it's ridiculously cheap. It doesn't have the really weird like copyright protection on it that Legacy Goku 1 has. Oh god, I forgot to mention this. So DBZ Taiketsu and Legacy Goku 1 have like these anti-piracy like things built into them, where if you fire it up on an emulator, it'll just give you the screen with like a Dragon Ball bouncing in the background, like gotta load this up on an actual cartridge, asshole. But it doesn't do that with Boost Fury or Legacy Goku 2. So I'm like, wait, so you put this copyright protection on the games no one wants to play, but not on the games people actually want to play and you know are good. What? You're kind of fucking up there, alright. The fact there's even anti-piracy shit to begin with, it's probably a huge waste of money anyway, because people are going to crack the shit easily, so, you know, you could probably save yourself like a few $1,000 by not doing that, and probably could have like adjusted the AI a little bit more to make it better, but put a guard button in, I don't, just saying, you could easily go with that. So, anything else want to look at Goku 2? Not really. It's so fundamentally good that, I guess, well, obviously, like my problems I already mentioned, once Goku's gone, he's gone for good. The gameplay is still kind of shallow, so, but I can't really fault it too much for that because Dragon Ball Z games are usually like that anyway. And the fact that you even customize your stats like with the capsules is ridiculously cool by itself. Also, I still know that I did miss like one item in Grandpa Gohan's house, which gives like a +7 to every stat you have. Would I give that to Trunks to give him maximum stats? Hell yeah. Of course it'd be Trunks, because obviously. Yeah, that's all I got for that. So, man, I wish I got the Legacy Goku 2 years sooner, or even knew it existed. Truthfully, I never knew Legacy Goku 2 was a thing when I was a kid, like, whatsoever. I never knew it existed at all until I was like, oh god, I didn't even think I existed like I was like 16 or 17. I gotta say, I don't think I knew it existed until that long. Holy crap. Because I always thought they were just like, it was just kind of one and done, and they moved on, so, joke's on me, I suppose. But, yeah, and then we move on to Boost Fury. And oh my god, Boost Fury. Oh boy. The one I just got done editing like a handful of days ago. Just went all up last week. Goddamn, it's been a week already. Oh boy, where do I start with it? You know, it's strange that it should be better because there's so much like more customization. The characters are more balanced, but and there's like more to do, quote unquote. But on the other hand, it's not as fundamentally solid. Because like I said before, Legacy Goku 2 is a fundamentally strong game. Like as a standalone game, it's fantastic. And that probably has to do with like goddamn hiccups. No, it doesn't. And that probably has to do with the sheer amount of exploration you can do in the game itself, the high resolution of the graphics, and the actual gameplay itself. All shallow and not offering too much is really good. Boost Fury, you know, there's that saying, if it's not broken, don't fix it. So they didn't fix anything, and it felt like they were definitely trying to cater more to a casual audience with it. I don't know why. I guess maybe someone actually I literally just found my own answer. What the hell am I doing? I was about to say, well, maybe someone complained that some of the sections of the game were too hard, and I just realized, oh yeah, that's right. The fucking egg mission from Legacy Goku 2. What the hell am I thinking? Also, I forgot to mention, Cell is a pain in the dick to find Legacy Goku 2 because A, absorption, B, you don't have any guard buttons, C, projectiles, don't do too much in that game. Like, there's a whole thing where, like, I did this a whole lot of times, where if an enemy's being pushed back by a beam, and they get pushed against the wall, they'll have immediately, like, invincibility frames, bounce off the wall, and then they'll get pushed back against the wall, so like they're only taking like half damage at that point if they hold the beam for that certain period of time. It's very odd, but yeah. And then Boost Fury kind of does away with that, so that way, if you're hitting someone with a beam, they just get stuck against the wall. God, Boost Fury does so many weird things, like, across the board. Well, not only because between the fact that bosses have like a severe allergic reaction to like everything you do, the fact that grinding is literally mandatory in the game, which the levels are easy to come across, granted, but there's just so many fucking level gates that require you to be such high levels that at that point it's like there's really no challenge here anymore. At that point you might as well just give the player rare candies just to save themselves the trouble of grinding. So grinding's a lot more abundant. Bosses are a lot easier. I personally am not a big fan of like this is gonna sound strange because, you know, I said the whole thing about like customization earlier, but it feels like there's this is gonna sound really stupid, but I gotta say it. It feels like there's too much customization in Boost Fury. And I made that as in, it feels like the format of the game isn't really built around it. Okay, really, I feel like I really explained this one. So, first the stats. You get like 3 points for every single level you get, and you can distribute those points between like your attack, your defense, or your energy, which is, your ki, which is basically like your damage output off of energy blasts. And because of that, I'm always keeping in mind like what stats I want to run with the character. They don't like naturally progress or anything like that. They don't have like a natural build, so you can't like really ramp it around them. So you always gotta keep that in mind. You gotta like manually input your stats. Like also bearing in mind, like I did say that you have to grind to actually get to places, and that way you're always like customizing your stats. Like no matter what the hell you're doing, And then on top of that, like the armor you get, or the sheer amount of armor you get in the game, which, God, I wish there was better sorting of that armor, because it just feels like it gives you so much armor, but you don't know where everything is. You have to manually like flip through all the armor you have in the game. They don't stack either, which boggles my mind. So if you have like, how does it go? If you have like 3 sand armors, they'll just take up like 3 individual item slots instead of like sand armor times 3. That's a real pain in the ass right there, I gotta say. My God. On top of that, enemies drop them like the ones, but and you want to pick them up to sell them later too. But fortunately, you gotta, and they're, oh God, I think they were actually stacked like that in the actual like armor menu when you're selling them in the shop. I'm just like, what? No. On top of that, when you're viewing armor, it doesn't like give you comparisons compared to what your current armor is. Well, I mean, it does, but I'd rather show like specific like increases and decreases. Like, you know, like you're looking at an armor, and it gives you like current defense is 18, but this armor will give you like 21. So basically, like every Final Fantasy game ever made in existence, it would show you that. But no, like Boost Fury doesn't do that. So I'm like, shit, I gotta like guess which one I'm gonna get. Because I could be like hovering over like a certain armor, like something lighter, and be like, your speed goes up, but your defense goes down. I'm like, wait, so how much does it go up and how much does it go down? You don't know until you like actually look at each one. And when you're sifting through like 30 armor pieces, that gets to be real pain in the dick. Ugh. So yeah, it just feels like they definitely streamlined the hell out of the game, but it just doesn't feel like it works in the long run. Also, the addition of the guard button really, it helps it hinders it a little bit at the same time, because, you know, again, bosses have like a severe allergic reaction to being touched or breathed on, especially if the name's Vegeta or Super Saiyan 3 Goku. I guess there's something else I can really touch upon. Did anyone ever really use Goten Boost Fury? Because it just felt like if you're going to be using anyone, you're going to want to use using Trunks, Goku, or Vegeta. Gohan, when he's on Ultimate Form, really offers nothing, because, you know, Misako's like a thrown ball. The fact that he doesn't have the electric Kamehameha is really fucking cool, though, but it doesn't really do anything. It stuns enemies every once in a while. That's cool. Although, yeah, I will say the additional like elemental Kamehameha voice is really cool. Oh my god, Flame Kamehameha, that is the coolest idea ever. So much better than just giving Bardock Super Saiyan 3, holy crap. Let's make that thing from now on. It's right up there with the final Kamehameha in terms of coolness. You know, like that one combination of the Final Flash and Kamehameha that Vegeta has. Damn, that's cool. Where else can I take this? With Goten, he had like nothing for him. I mean, he had the flying fists that, or like he had the power fists that Vegeta had in the original game, or Legacy Goku 2, but they're not really as useful because they take up like a shield of energy. It's like an actual attack now. He has a very vanilla Kamehameha, so I feel bad for Goten because he doesn't really do anything really in that game. I mean, Trunks, fire Kamehameha, they can aim. He has a burning attack that stuns people, just like his future self. Fucking awesome. Then there's also that fact that you can do fusion, which Goten can do fusion also, but Trunks, Jesus. I've never had more respect for Trunks as a character than I do, or Kid Trunks anyway. I've never liked Kid Trunks more than I do in Boost Fury, because he actually has a really phenomenal moveset, my god. And then, oh jeez. So do I want to talk about how you, like, manhandled Broly in the first game? Because that was hilarious. Also, oh fuck, I forgot this. Legacy Goku 2, they actually made cooler, stronger than Perfect Form Cell. Still trying to wrap my head around that one. I'm like, sure. Right. Let's just go with that. Why not? 1 second. Oh, I'm going for 40 minutes now. Cool. So, I guess that's one big thing that disappoints me about Boost Fury. There's no super boss at all. Like, I made that whole like podcast about Broly and everything, but I still wouldn't mind having him as like the super boss in the game instead of just like no super boss whatsoever. Or like, oh, I did recently get a comment saying like there's some door that what should be the game to go into it and some weird shit will happen. I don't know. I'll have to go research that sometime. Something weird I need to go look into, but guess I'll go see that. Want to go see that, or if I ever get around to seeing it, really. So if that's a thing, I will make a follow-up video about it and might have some fun. I don't know, but yeah, Boost Fury just really needs a super boss in general. On top of challenge, again, it feels like they tried addressing the problem of Legacy Goku 2, which is that the difficulty curve is a little too high for certain sections, like facing Cell, which, you know, thank God that's actually a challenge. The fucking egg mission, and a certain amount of level grinding you do have to go into. Like, certain areas you do go into Legacy Goku 2, yeah, you're probably gonna get your ass kicked because there was no like real heads up you're gonna have to do that. So it feels like the level gates and Boost Fury are there to mitigate that, but it doesn't do it enough, really. It's just like, it feels like the doors are way too frequent and the enemies behind there are usually not that big of a deal, unless it's called Bobbity Spaceship. But outside of that, you never really have to worry too much. Also, if there's something I can critique Boost Fury about, is that the enemy choices kind of stale. Like, this is a little thing it's came to mind, but it's such an obvious duh. God, Legacy Goku 2 had like there's a fucking black Tyrannosaurus Rex that you fight in the snow. Oh, there's also no snow area. God damn it. Shit. I'll get to that in a little bit. I feel like there's just more cohesive like enemy placement or enemy choices in Legacy Goku 2, because like the whole black water mist thing, that was an ingenious bit of writing, making your common enemies based off of that. That's fucking good. I like that. But it just felt like some of the enemies in that game were just much better than in Legacy Goku and Boost Fury. Because in Boost Fury, you fight vampires, you fight skeletons, you fight the same giant walking mech over and over again. That Skull and Crossbones one from Red Ribbon Army. That's a good laugh at me. You fight ghosts all the time. Even once Janemba is dealt with, you're still fighting him on a regular basis. I'm like, dude, just stop. Yeah, I also just realized that might be the reason why ninjas and samurai are in the game too. Although there was that ninja fortress, so I don't know what the story with that is exactly. I don't know. Also, let me move into my next point. The level design in that game is also just a lot less interesting. Because what I did say earlier was it felt like they streamlined the whole like game, because there's like no different like seasonal areas besides like the desert. There's no like real in-depth exploration or anything. There's no like secret areas you can go to like go find the golden capsules. You know, there really should be, but no, there's not. You just gotta talk to a bunch of people you've probably talked to before, and they somehow randomly give you items now. So, nah, that's nice. Don't know what the deal with that randomly is, but sure, why not? And as a result, it just makes the whole game feel a lot smaller and not as fun to go traversing. Because do you want to go to the forest area, or the forest area? Also, Boost Fury did away with icons on the overworld map. Why? I don't know. That's like, of all the things you could take out of the game, why that? That made navigating the overworld easy. Now you just made it a pain in the ass. Unless I guess you assume we know where everything is, which, yeah, to an extent, but we're not getting like pinpoint accuracy where it is. It just felt like it added on unnecessary game time in the long run. It's just like, it's also kind of backwards with it, because they try to streamline the whole thing, but they took off icons on the overall map, which, sure, why not? I mean, to be fair, they did start with like the scouter, which is really nice. Oh my god, I wish I could see Goku 2 star with that shit. That'd be so nice. But no. If only I could see Goku 2 star with the block button and that scatter, the game would be so much easier and so much better too. God damn. God, can you imagine how much Garbon would help against Cell in that game? Jeez. But these are all just like nitpicking things in like the grand scheme of things, though. They're not like anything game breaking. Fundamentally, the game still handles beautifully. The guard button helps it greatly. Combined with Legacy Goku 2's gameplay, it feels really fluid. They didn't break any gameplay, but it feels like the overall package is lacking. So I guess it's like the best way to really describe it. So yeah. Did Boost Fury receive an international release? I don't think so. Also, I'm disappointed that collecting all the items in the game just lets you do fusion dance to do Gogeta. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but I am saying that I wish there was like some secret area you can go to actually fight against stronger enemies. That'd be nice, you know. Just saying, that'd be cool. Give your new Gogeta a little exercise. Why the hell not? So you have Big Bang Kamehameha and Dragon Fist and everything. You know, just saying. Anything else I want to cover about Boost Fury? Not too much. I mean, nothing's really kind of mind offhand. A lot of the boss fights were pathetically easy, as I explained many times already. Some characters are overpowered as hell. Super Saiyan Goku, obviously Vegeta, duh. Also go on, definitely. Yeah, that's basically all I got. So overall, I love the Legacy Goku franchise. Well, so Boost Fury and Legacy Goku 2. Legacy Goku 2, I can never really get enough of. That game is just so damn good. Like overall, Legacy Goku 1, it's so bad, but I'm still amazed that there was actually a sequel made for it, despite the, you know, I know about like it did sell over 1 million copies and the Game Boy Advance is really hot at the time. I get that, but this poor reception overall, I'm just amazed that it did get a sequel at all. But I guess money speaks louder than reviews in the long run, I suppose. So that would probably do it. It's still amazing the jump in quality from Legacy Goku 1 and 2. That between Legacy Goku 1 and 2. That alone, like not even just in terms of the Dragon Ball Z games, but in terms of just video games in general, that is a hell of an accomplishment. Just a sheer jump in quality, considering it's the same guys. Unless it's not, and actually hired on a bunch of new people, which that's possible, maybe. Anyway, Boost Fury though, goddamn. I'd say there's more negatives with Boost Fury than there are positives, as opposed to Legacy Goku 2. Legacy Goku 2, it felt like there was just like some minor things that held it back. Legacy, and then Boost Fury, there's more holding it back, but it also has more positives too. But there's more negatives than positives that were introduced. In all honesty, it just sucks that Boost Fury did not meet sales expectations, and as a result, there hasn't been a new Legacy Goku game in like 10 years. Fuck, 10 years. If there would be a new one, which I can only hope to the gods there would be. Oh man, I would. Well, of course, it had to be on a 3DS. I'd still want to be top down. Maybe 3D. That'd be kind of cool, I suppose. But I don't know. The 2D aspect just works for it in general, I think. First of all, I don't want it to be GT. Fuck that noise. Maybe it was like an overall retelling of. Well, maybe just like going the Budokai 3 route, or like the Tenkaichi 2 route, just retelling the whole story from front to back. And your characters like slowly evolve over time, and just like the level gap is literally from like level 1 to 150 or 200. I think that'd be really cool. Honestly, I think that'd be awesome, but I think it'd be hard to justify doing something like that, especially when the Dragon Ball Z story has been retold so many times in just other games, period. Like, you know, aforementioned Tenkaichi 2. If you get Tenkaichi 2, you're basically fine. It's just a story, like, ever. Which reminds me, I still gotta get to Tenkaichi 1 at some point. Excuse me. But, is there anything else I want to mention? I don't see them bringing back the Bruce Faulkner score, in all honesty, and that disappoints me because he is, like, a phenomenal, even just his non-DVD licensed stuff. That guy is a fantastic music composer. He can do some crazy bullshit. If you get the chance, look up High Wind by Bruce Faulkner. That's something that's not for DBZ, but he is a ridiculously good music composer in terms of like a lot of stuff, mostly rock. I haven't heard him in terms of like anything like a lot of other stuff. But I gotta look him up as like a solo artist later on. I don't want to. Well, God. I don't want to say that Attack on the Saiyans would be like the spiritual successor for Legacy Goku because it's not like the same format like whatsoever, but it is made by the guys who made. Oh my god, it's made by the guys who made Xenosaga, Monolith Software. I can never love those guys enough because of Xenosaga. It's so good. That's just me. Yeah, I guess so. Closing thoughts. If you're a Dragon Ball Z fan, I highly recommend pick up Legacy Goku at some point in your life. maybe try Legacy Goku 1 first before jumping into the sequels. Ah, that's a terrible piece of advice, but I only say that so that you can get a further admiration of the sequels, because the sequels are just so fucking good, especially when compared to the first game. You know, it's hard to pinpoint like the actual like best Legacy Goku game. I suppose objectively Boost Fury would actually be the most like beginner friendly one, because of course easiest to get into, least amount of real quote unquote bullshit going on. But from an artistic point of view, in terms of like everything overall, when to take difficulty out of the equation, I think Legacy 2 is a better game overall. Legacy Goku 1 is just kind of like the it's not even so much like game, it's like the blueprints for a Dragon Ball Z game, but it was just like leaked online with this really random score. So who the fuck made the Legacy Goku 1 score anyway? It's not Bruce. It's not Kenji. Who the fuck made that? I'll go look at that sometime, but maybe it was fucking Menza. That'd be hilarious. Oh my god, Mike Menza, you poor motherfucker. Was it Mike Menza or was it Brian Menza? It was one of those two, but poor Menza. You poor asshole. We'll talk about him eventually, specifically, but for right now, if you were to pick up Legacy Goku, I highly recommend Boost Fury. Yeah, just in general, it's a very strong game overall. For if you want to get really invested in the series, Legacy Goku up, just basically just go in chronological order to really enjoy that jump in quality from the first game to the second game. So good. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap it up here. It's like 1:11 in the morning. I should really be doing other things like watching One Piece. But yeah. Anyway, take it easy, guys. And with any luck, maybe the next retrospective I do will be of One Piece Power Warriors. That or no, probably the Tenkaichi series actually, because I need to get around to Tenkaichi 1 eventually. But yeah, take it easy, guys. Oh, and Ultimate Ninja.